First of all, you need to clean the piece of metal you're using thoroughly, using white spirit and just ordinary paper kitchen roll. This will enable the paper tape used to mark out the work to stick properly to the metal. Here's the drawing I've used to mark out the 6mm wide by 42mm long slot that I'm going to make in a piece of 30mm wide 6mm thick steel. Of course you might have a variation on this, but this is the idea. Just use ordinary cheapo white paper masking tape for marking out the work. This makes the markings much easier to see than writing directly onto the metal. Here I'm using a small piece of square section scrap steel to make sure the ruler lines up correctly with the rounded edge of the workpiece steel, which has rounded edges. Now you need to centre punch the holes you've marked as accurately as possible. The more accurate you are here, the straighter the slot will be. Now secure the workpiece to be drilled firmly and level in the drill vise. Very important to get it level. Begin by drilling all the holes with a 2mm pilot drill. The small drill to start with will engage best with the centre punch indentation on the metal and give you the best accuracy in the finished product. Next, you use a 4mm drill to open up the holes further whilst maintaining drilling accuracy and hole smoothness. Just take your time, everything will be fine. Next, use a 5mm drill to open up the holes further whilst maintaining drilling accuracy and hole smoothness. Going up one step at a time like this in size helps to keep the holes really smooth and accurately placed. So the final drill is a 6mm drill to open the holes up to the required diameter. And this should be the result of your drilling, a row of nice, closely spaced 6mm holes in a straight row. To file through these to start making your slot, you use a triangular section needle file, and you're going to cut through the thin metal between the 6mm holes to get you started on forming the slot in the metal. To begin with, just file part way through the metal just to create an initial gap. And remove it from the bench vise and turn it the other way up and go the other way down through the holes with the triangular needle file. Once again, just file part way through the metal just to widen the gap. Now once again, turn the work around in the vise and file down using the triangular file. This time angle it a little from side to side as you go so that you can open up the slot to the full width of the file. You should now be able to get a larger flat file into the slot. The technical name for this size of file is a warding file. And basically it's a small file which we can use for the next stage of creating the 6mm slot. Use the warding file to start to flatten off the metal between the drilled holes. This will take a while, but it'll gradually widen the gap. Once you've increased the gap enough, you start using a bigger file to continue the work. Now use an even bigger file to finish the slot. Basically, the bigger the file you can work with, the easier it will be to do the work. End result is a nice smooth slot in the metal. In my case, ideal for a 6mm bolt to slide through. Now you need to deburr the edges of the slot to make it safe to handle. Just use a needle file to achieve this. And there we go, finished product. To make a different size slot, simply use the size of drill to suit. This drawing shows an example of a 10mm slot. Simply use a 10mm drill and space the holes at 10mm intervals.